CigarClub.com, the first ever intelligent cigar subscription. Also an official sponsor for RonRealTV. YouTube, what's going on? It is your boy RonReal, aka Double R, back in the building, back with another video, back with another banger, back with another matchup for Cigar Madness. Today we got a special treat for you guys. We got the #1 seed, the Behike BHK 52 versus the #4 seed, the Aganorsa Leaf Signature Selection. I'm telling y'all, don't sleep on this 4th seed. Y'all know we finna get it going, so y'all hang tight and stay tuned. All right, you guys, we got another excellent matchup going on. We got this #1 Behike BHK 52 versus the Aganorsa Leaf Signature Selection. This should be a great matchup. Both these cigars feature medio, tiempo, tobacco involved in the blend. Just gonna be, I'm really looking forward to both of these. But first, we're gonna smoke the Behike Cuban Giant, man. This is just a very, very sought after cigar, very highly acclaimed. I've already done an official review of this cigar too, so I'll post that link in the description if you just want to watch the Behike review by itself. But incredible cigar. Without further ado, this cigar is 4 3/4 in length, a 52 ring gauge. You guys already know I like seeing this sliding all the way down the band. I mean, it's been aging properly. I had this in my humidor now for probably about 3 or 4 months or so. Just how I like it. I know it should be nice and cool. You guys know that these have pigtails. I will try not to cut if I can help it, and I'll just try to use the pigtail like I did in the actual review. So you always want to twist in the direction that the leaf is going. So it's kind of hard to describe. So if the pigtail is going this way, that's the way you want to twist. You don't want to twist the opposite way because you'll unravel everything. Not gonna be able to pull it off with this one. That draw is tight, man. Draw is tight. A little better. Hopefully that won't be a problem. As I've stated before, Behikes are some of the most sought after cigars in the world. They're very expensive. They're not cheap at all. I want to give a huge shout out to my brother Don again, man, for providing this Behike for me. Can't deny that flavor immediately. That tea is, if you smoke Cuban cigars often enough, you can just pick up on, they just have a distinctive taste, man. That tea, light cedar, but it's not like a Dominican, you know. Dominican Puros can have that mineral quality too, but it's completely different on Cubans. This is just, it's insane. You could take this band off and I could smoke it. I might not know it's a Behike, but I would definitely know that it's a Cuban cigar. It just has that Cuban flavor to it. It's really nice. Cream, very good. All right, man, we'll get through this first third, let it heat up. I'll come back, give you, body, strength, flavor. Y'all know all that good stuff, so y'all hang tight and stay tuned. All right, so most of the first third, that cedar flavor, nice tea, and a cream. The intensity of the flavors have kind of died down since probably the first inch or so, which I'm not really a fan of, but the flavors are still good. I just wish they were more intense. Burn line and the draw have been fine, but we're running into a bit of a problem. As you guys can see, the wrapper started busting up. Now, as of right now, it's not affecting the experience, but that is definitely something I'm keeping my eye on. And that's gonna make me keep the band on a lot further because I don't want to take the band off and risk the whole wrapper from here on down to ripping in. So man, that's crazy. But I would say right now everything is a textbook medium. Body of the smoke is medium, flavors are medium, which is kind of unfortunate because the flavors were starting out on the medium to full side. They were really intense and nice at first and just kind of died down, and the strength is on the low side of medium. No real strength hit at all, but just want to give you that update. about the wrapper splitting. We'll get through this second third, see if it's affecting anything, and if not, man, we'll keep on marching on. So y'all hang tight. All right, working our way through this second third. There's been a light milk chocolate that's been added, but I find myself searching for the intensity of the flavor. It's all the flavors are good and they're there, but they're just where, you know, the last Behike I reviewed, the complexity and the flavor intensity was way up high, you know, way up high, and it started that way and then it just dropped down, and I'm just searching for it to try to get it to amp itself up, and it's just not doing, you know, it's just not as intense as I would like. It's also leaving the door open on this 4 seed, that burn line. It's not problematic as far as me having to relight it, or I'm not gonna have to touch it up, but you know, after that wrapper split, the burn line, at first it had a nice white ash on it, burn line was razor sharp, and then just out of nowhere the wrapper split, and it's just been kind of haywire. Overall, it's still a very enjoyable cigar, so I'm not going to take that away from it. So we'll get through this last third. Everything is still around the same: medium body, medium flavor, and medium in strength. The body of the smoke hasn't really increased as far as how dense the smoke is, or how long the finish is. That's another thing too. On the last one I had, the finish seemed to last a lot longer. Here I would say everything is just a textbook medium right now. So if I never smoked a Behike before, then I'd be like, okay, but I smoked one before, so that was the baseline. Everything performed well. Even when I took the pigtail off on the last one, performed well. So there's a baseline, there's a standard that has to be met. This one, while not bad, it isn't meeting the standard of that last one. So it's unfortunate, but hey, it happens sometimes. But like I was saying, we'll get through this last third, come back, let you know of any changes as far as body, strength, and flavor. We'll come up with some numbers like that, so you guys hang tight and stay tuned. All right, so we're wrapping up this cigar, still going fine. Unfortunately for me, this is me smoking the Behike before, and again, like I was saying earlier, having that baseline of what I know it is able or what it's capable of doing. This one just fell just a tad short. Now, am I saying that this is a bad cigar? No, it's not. But honestly, the Behike didn't perform like an elite cigar today, mainly for flavor intensity, complexity. There was a lack of complexity. Even though it burned well and the draw was well, I'm still thinking about the wrapper cracking too. So it's just kind of one of those unfortunate things, but everything ended off at a medium tube, still medium body, medium flavor, and medium strength. Whereas the previous one I smoked, there was a lot of jumping around in flavors, complexity. This one just had the tea, at times the milk chocolate. The last third was a lot of milk chocolate, but light cedar and a little bit of cream. After that first inch, I was like, all right, here we go. This is it. And then it just dropped off and it never really picked back up. So my job with you guys is just to remain honest. I'm not gonna just automatically score something a 94 or 95 because of the name or because what it's normally capable of doing. I've told you guys this many times, I could smoke 10 of these. If 9 of them perform like a 95, that's what it'll get. But today, this might be the 1 out of the 10 that doesn't perform that good. And unfortunately, while it still performed good, it's not up to the standard that I previously smoked. So with that being said, we'll get into the score. And for flavor, I gave it a 17 out of 20. This is definitely capable of being a 19 or a 20. Just the lack of intensity for me just really hurt it. I gave the draw a 20 out of 20, even though the cold draw I felt was a little snug, and the pigtail obviously didn't work. The draw has been fine from the beginning to the end, so I'm not gonna fault the cigar for that. The burn was a 19 out of 20. Again, the wrapper cracked, but I never felt like it really altered or affected the smoking experience. Still was able to keep a halfway decent burn line other than one time, but I never had to touch it up, never had to relight it, so I'm always gonna reward a cigar for that. Complexity is a 16 out of 20. Flavors were good, but the lack of intensity and the lack of really anything switching dominance or any new flavors coming in, I really would have liked to seen some more cream. The intensity of the tea and the milk chocolate, I would have loved to have seen that. And then I gave the strength a 16 out of 20, which is going to give this score an 88 out of 100. So as you guys know, it's not over yet. We still got one cigar to smoke, and this cigar definitely left the door open for that Aganorsa Leaf. So with that being said, we'll jump over to the Aganorsa and see if it could take down the #1 seed. Y'all hang tight. The Cuban Giant kind of fell a little bit short in his performance, but hey, sometimes it happens. 88 out of 100 for that. We'll see if the Aganorsa could take it down. This, let me go ahead and take off the gold foil on this. This is a 6 1/4 by 52 ring gauge, a Bellicoso, as you guys see the Bellicoso head. Nicaraguan Puro. So we have a Nicaraguan Puro versus the Cuban Puro. Very nice looking cigar on this one too. Tight and visible seams. No, not really any tooth to it. There are some veins, but nothing bad. Everything's pressed down, looks very, very neat. Has those little black specks on it that I like. Sometimes I'll see in wrappers. It looks very nice. We'll go ahead and cut it up and see if this 4 seed could take down this 1 seed. Perfect draw. I like a blueberry taste on it a little bit. Nicaragua has been representing to the fullest in this tournament so far. They've been doing really good. I think one more might do it. Might be all right, we'll see. The draw is perfect, very easy to regulate smoke, not really struggling to get any smoke production at all. Black pepper, coming in around a 7 out of 10. A light wood note, very faint milk chocolate too, very good start. I think that black pepper is kind of helping enough to kind of amplify some of the flavors. So we'll get into this first third, let it heat up, let you guys know what we got, so y'all hang tight and stay tuned. All right, so we're making our way through this first third. Very faint milk chocolate, light cedar, black pepper is really good, still around a 7 out of 10, especially on the retro hale. A little bit of a cream, and then at first, I'm not really getting it so much now, but at first I was getting a lot of like bacon spices like nutmeg, like an allspice. It was very good, but that's kind of faded off as the cigar's been progressing on down towards the second third. I would say the body right now is a good medium, kind of heading towards medium full. Flavors are medium and the strength is a medium. Draw has still been perfect. Burn line is not razor sharp, but nothing I'm gonna worry about correcting. I think it's gonna kind of snap at it. It's been really straight up until recently, but I think it's gonna correct itself. What I was gonna mention earlier too, as I said, smoking the Behike, both of these cigars feature medio tiempo tobacco, which are a more rare leaf. They don't come on all the tops of the tobacco leaves, but they're usually the two most top parts of the plant that get the most sunlight. So a lot of people believe you get more flavor, more strength out of that. The wrapper on this one is a Corojo 99, which I've grown to become a very, very big fan of. Aganorsa utilizes, they have some really, really good Corojo. The only other place that I could think of their Corojo that I like just as much would probably be Christian Aroa over in Honduras. Aladino, that family, the Corojo that they're producing is very good too. With that being said, I'm gonna keep on smoking, let you guys know of any updates or any changes, anything like that. And so y'all hang tight and stay tuned. All right, so we're making our way through the second third. Had to do one touch up where I probably could have let it sit and try to correct itself, but it was starting to get a little, I was starting to get a little worried about it, so I went ahead and touched it up. But other than that, the draw and everything has still been going fine. The complexity is really good on this. The cream has came back, that was early on in that first third. Still got a nice milk chocolate going. When you're doing your normal draws, you'll pick up the black pepper and it's almost like a light oak wood. But then during the retro hale, that prevalent cedar comes out. So that's a very nice change of pace when you retro hale and that cedar will show back up. The flavors have pretty much been kind of the same, but the dominance or what's taking over or what's, you know, what's in the forefront, what's falling to the back has always been changing. So that's been very nice too. Very enjoyable cigar. I'm really liking this. I'm liking the Corojo 99. I like what Aganorsa is doing. So medium all the way through, or I would say the body's still on the low side of medium to full. Flavors are about the same on the light side of medium to full, and I would say the strength is still a textbook medium. No real nicotine hit or anything like that at all. So we'll keep going through this second third, get through the last third, come up with some numbers, and we'll see who wins this matchup. All right, you guys, so coming up at the end of this cigar, it's starting to get a little hot on my lips, so about to get ready to call it. But last third has been pretty much captivated with the black pepper kind of trying to come back around. It's just kind of a nice underlying tone. Got the dried almond taste, that kind of nutty quality to it has been very good. Milk chocolate still there too, but very faint. But overall, a very, very good cigar. Like I said, burn line's not razor sharp, but other than that one touch up, didn't have to mess with it anymore. Draw has been fluent. So we'll go ahead and give you guys the point breakdown. So for flavor, I gave it a 17 out of 20. The draw, I gave a 20 out of 20. The burn, I gave a 19 out of 20. complexity at 17 out of 20. Again, while it wasn't like a plethora of a whole lot of flavors, the flavors I was getting was nice and intense enough to keep me interested. Things were changing dominance and third, and in different thirds, different things were showing up a little bit. So I thought that was a very complex blend, and I gave the strength of 17 out of 20. So the body, I would say, ended up at a low, medium to full. Flavors are a low, medium to full, and I would say the strength also is a low, medium to full. Nothing that's gonna blow the back of your head out, but it's definitely present. This is a good cigar. I would say to the average person, if you smoke this is definitely a box-worthy cigar to me. I bought a box of the Coronas. I bought a box of the Coronas previously. I probably would definitely buy a box of these too. So if you add all those numbers together, we got a 90 out of 100, which means another #1 seed has got taken down. You know, unfortunately, I would say that if the Behike performed to the standard that was set in the previous Behike that I smoked, this would have won probably by 2 or 3 points easily. But that lack of intensity and flavor and the lack of complexity on that Behike just really squandered his hopes of trying to move forward in the tournament. So hey, it is what it is. Again, that is the whole beauty of this tournament. You don't base things off of what you smoked in the past unless that's a standard that's been set. You have to judge each and every cigar off of the time that you smoke it, and the one today just didn't perform up to the standard that was set. So with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. We're gonna catch y'all on the next matchup, and y'all already know the name of the game: relaxation and enjoyment. And don't forget to be driven, never motivated. We'll catch y'all later.